Hey there Guardians, how's it going? It's weekly reset time once again this week, so let's analyze this week's items. So firstly, don't forget to pick up your free 700 weekly Bright Dust. Alright, so for the featured items on the first Bright Dust page, the first item we have is a shader and it's called the Princely Presence. This is a very nice shader. As you can see, it's very vibrant, very colorful. I like it. The next item we have is another shader and it's called the Aposematism. Then we have a transmat effect and it's called the Lattice Entrance. Next up we have an ornament for the Hammerhead machine gun and it's the Great White. This is my personal favorite ornament for this machine gun. It's very nice. Then the last item on the featured page, we have an exotic emote called the Rim Shot. Alright Guardians, let's move on to the next Bright Dust page. Okay guys, on the secondary Bright Dust page, in the first row, the first item we have is an exotic emote and it's called the Destructive Wizard. The next item we have is Universal Armor Ornaments and it's going to be gauntlets this week. For Warlocks, it's called the Symmetrist Palms. Now, don't quote me on that as I may have mispronounced that. But anyways, this is what it looks like. For my Titans, we have the Star-Crossed Fists. And lastly, for my Hunters, we have the Vanguard Dare Grips. After the Universal Armor Ornaments, the first item we have is an exotic Ghost Shell, and it's the Overcharged Shell. Then we have an exotic ship, and it's the Pallbearer. After that, we have an exotic vehicle, and it's the Lone Howl. And after that, we have an exotic ornament for the Crimson exotic hand cannon called the Iridescent Death. And the last item on the first row, we have a ghost projection, and it's the Infinity Door projection. Alright, so let's move on to the second row, which is the flare row. So firstly, we have a transmat effect, and it's the Dreaming Shimmer. The next transmat effect is the Harpy's Cry. Then we have another transmat effect, and it's the Corrupt Ether. Then we have our shaders. So the first shader we have is the Cursed Azar. Then we have the Boreal Char shader. The Copper Brand shader. And the Bloody Tooth shader. Okay, Guardians, now it's time to cover this week's new Onslaught weapon quests. For this week's brand new Onslaught weapon quest available from our site 9940 vendor, we have quests for both the Blast Furnace Pulse Rifle and the Luna's Howl Hand Cannon. And the last noteworthy thing about this weekly reset that's worth mentioning is that the new Pantheon Raid Rotator is now available now. Now I'm not exactly sure what this rotator is like, but I'm assuming it's going to be like some previous raid bosses, but with some new modifiers or escalating difficulty. Anyway, it sounds really interesting, and I'm definitely excited to hop into this. So jump in there, try it out, see how it is. But Guardians, that's it for today's weekly reset video, and as usual, drop a like on this video and subscribe for more content.